My name is Fairycore and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you're a regular here. Hi. Today we're in The Sims 4 and we're going to continue on with my look at the Enchanted by Nature pack with kind of a bit more of a deep dive into it because I've gone through and I've built myself a house using the pack and I've learned a fair bit. Stick around if you want to find out what that is, but I'm going to push the right button. I've tried this 3 times and I keep pushing the wrong button. So I'm going to push the right button this time and we're going to have a look at the house. So this is her. She's glorious. Been working, I want to say I've been working hard on her, but in all honesty, she's been quite easy to make because this pack's just been so, like the items in this pack have just been so fun. And I don't know why we don't want to focus. There we go. There she is. She's very much that purple and green swatch throughout that I was really enjoying in the last episode. But yeah, let's just dive on into the tour. So this is ooh gosh. One thing I've noticed is that this pack, this particular lot at least, does not like the tab mode video camera. So there's that. But yeah, so this is look at this front door. How beautiful is this front door? She's gorgeous. I love the little fairy wing thing going off. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm wearing my little ladybug dress today. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, anyway. ADHD go brr. I don't know how tall my sim is supposed to be, but we come, I feel like that's not high enough. Come into the house and you have the mirror so you can check your fit before you leave. And then we have this little place to put some keys and stuff with the new blossom wall lights above it. I love how they look. One thing I am not the fondest of in this particular thing is how much this wallpaper moves around. So originally, oh, it's because I shifted the lot forward. Originally, the plan was that there was that tree there. So that like purple tree was behind where those were. And they kind of made the tree look kind of 3-dimensional. It was really, really pretty. Like, you'll have to take my word on it. Before we go, I might do like a strip and I'll show you how pretty it looked. This still looks nice, but there was just something about having the purple tree behind it and then like the purple little branches coming out that made it look so much better. And I'm devastated that I've lost that. But as I said, very purple, very green going throughout. 2 of my favorite colors. Yeah, so you get the mirror down here for your fits. And then we come into the lounge room. Lots of plants going on in here because, of course, this is for a fairy. So she needs all of her plants going on. I love this little angle on this room. It's so nice. And again, I'm obsessed with this window. Like the wall windows. Oh, they're so good. So yeah, we've got the fireplace down over there. Stuff there. In through here we have the kitchen and dining. One thing I will say for this pack is that it is a little bit lacking in the kitchen and dining department. It has the new counters and stuff, which is great, and has the new tables, but that's kind of, I built this entire home using just base game and Enchanted by Nature, which I should have opened with, but anyway, so everything in here you can build if you only have base mode and Enchanted by Nature, and it's just like, it's nice. It's a nice kitchen, but like you look over here and it's like full and bursting. And then over here, it's sort of a little sterile despite all the stuff going on the walls. But anyway, I used a kind of older style fridge just because I thought it fit the aesthetic a little bit better. That is the rubbish bin. I couldn't get a proper rubbish bin to fit. So that is, the rubbish bin there. I figured they're a fairy, you know, I don't know. They probably magic their rubbish away. Through this door here, through the thistle, this is the bathroom. I went with the very themed bath. Ignore that. That is from the staircase outside. Yeah, that's right. Spoilers. There's a staircase outside. That is the Sims' fault, not mine. I'm not claiming that. But beyond that, it's really lovely. And I did use the new shower that I wasn't sure if I would use with base game and only this pack. It was the best choice for shower. So, and the funky toilet. How do they flush this toilet? Or is this meant to be like an outside toilet? I mean, it's got water in it. We'll have to do some gameplay and investigate. I haven't done gameplay yet. I've only been building. Building's what I like to do, okay? So we come around here. When we go up the stairs. This is the bedroom. I caved. I had to use the basic, boring, stupid base game bed. I didn't really want a four-poster bed in here. There wasn't space for it. So I tried to disguise the headboard as best as I could because, yeah, but we're just not going to talk about it. I love all of that. Hate that. But it is what it is. You do what you got to do. Oh, hello, Iris. Again, the roof. Fun Sims things. Not my fault. And then, yeah, you've got the bookshelf. And then through here, a little dressing kind of area. It is bordering right on, or right next to the window, but I figure there's enough there to block it off. Plus you can go back there. And also, we're at the top of a bleeding tree. Like, and plus they're not exactly the most see-through of windows, so. Plus it's The Sims, and it's a fantasy world, and I can do what I like. That I totally went off how that looked aesthetically inside, and I thought that looked lovely. I did not like any of the curtains. Well, no, I do like the curtains. They're great for bed heads, and they are really pretty. I will use them, but for here, it just didn't work. So, yeah. I'm going to mirror to get changed in over there, and then we can go up again. Mind your head on the beam. That's from the roofing. Roofing has always been whack. Oh, I'm very tall. And then this is her little apothecary room. I can speak. It's very lovely. Nice little tower up here for her. You can make all her little concoctions, press her flowers. I thought long and hard with this desk. I was like, I could put down a computer because even though she's a fairy, she's a modern day fairy. She's going to need all the modern day kind of stuff. But in the end, I was like, no, if I get a computer, all she's going to do is sit up here on the computer and she's never going to get in touch with nature. So we went with the plant press thing. Instead, if you want to download this and you want a computer, by all means swap it out. But for the aesthetic, for the bit, I didn't do it. And then if we go back down here, oh no, that's up. Back down these stairs. I feel I've gotten a lot better with directing with this like first person camera thing. This particular lot absolutely despises the first person camera. Oh, and this moved as well. This one, I'd done it again up here. I know it's a little derivative, but again, it was lined up nicely with the tree, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. It looks pretty. But anyway, I forgot to check that was still intact. Out here, we have a little landing area that I totally didn't forget to put things on. But, oh, look, there's a pool, and she's in the pool. Please don't drown. And yeah, so there's lots of flowers and stuff going on out here. I meant to put like a little single flower bed thing up here for her, but oh well. So this leads back into the dining room. Hello. So you've got a pool, a lovely little place to sit and look at just the tree. So, I mean, look at this view from up here. It's gorgeous. Ooh, hello. Okay. When you are in build mode though, these sticks disappear. You saw that a bit there. They kind of disappear, so I forgot that would be there when I put this down. This was intended to be a lovely place to sit and look out at the view and all that, but I guess you still can. Anyway, got a little gardening area around here with the little fairy house, so that I feel that they can get more of their needs. Again, I've not even looked at live mode yet. It's not my jam. I mean, I enjoy it, but building is... As a kid, I used to create my sim fairly quickly, get in, build the most elaborate house, and then I'd play for like a day or two of Sims time. And then next time I jumped on and played, I'd just start the whole process again because younger Fern did not realize that you could just save it and then create a new family and then save it and then create a new family. And yeah, so RIP to all the Sims that Fern has lost over the years. So this is the genius behind the garbage chute thing. So this is just another garbage chute. But my thinking is that this is just a pass through. So you can put the rubbish straight outside. I know it doesn't work like that in The Sims, but that was the logic that went into it. And then if you come down these steps, you have the recycling bin and the normal rubbish bin. Because we're a fairy, we care about the environment, so we're going to sort our recyclables. And over here, we've just got like a lovely little overgrown mushroom garden area, which is lovely. I put the little fountain in because it looked kind of pretty. And oh, that sounds so lovely. So yeah, that is the house. So I'm going to jump across into the build mode. And I'm going to show you the floor plan. And then I'm also going to do the wall thing. So as we came in, little entryway, the lounge room with a little sitting corner, dining, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom with the dressing room, and then up again to the apothecary tower. Oh, too far down. So if I go grab a wall really quickly and we change this to evening. For some reason, evening is the best lighting on this lot. And we put that there. And then I just go ahead and copy that. There we go. Perfect. So then if I go into lights and I filter by Enchanted by Nature. So it was bloop. Bloop. I feel like I've talked this up a lot now, and so that's what it was. And then like in the entryway you had that little oh, what's it called? The little Idrisil thing to kind of like fill in the gap a bit. And you know, we're just gonna drag that over here. So this is what it looked like originally. How pretty is that? You see the vision, right? You see it. It was looking really, really lovely. But then silly Fern did a very silly thing and decided I'm going to shift the lot forward because I needed a bit of extra space. Not thinking that that would move the wallpaper. So we've learned something today, which is always nice. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. No! Just gonna undo. Undo! What was the other thing I was going to check? There's something else I wanted to check. I don't remember. But with building with this pack, my biggest kind of tip for you is going to be use the debug menu. So you go into your cheat thing, bb.show hidden objects. And then to begin with, these candles, which I believe you can make, will come up. They're very pretty. There's a couple of them on the tables and stuff around here. But then you want to go back in and bb.show live, oh, but you need to spell, show live edit objects. Sorry, I was just checking that you could actually read what I was saying because I couldn't remember if I had my head in front of it. And then, I think that works. You can go into debug and scroll to your heart's content, basically. And then you get all these plants and stuff because the environmental plants in this place are amazing. I'm like, look at this thing. Like, it's beautiful and I love it. So like you can go and put all of these in your garden. So this entire garden is basically, not basically, I think it is all debug plants. Oh, I don't think this is. I don't remember. But like, look at them. Aren't they pretty? And like, when you think that like, if you don't use debug, and especially if you kind of just have the base game plants, which are fine, but they're basic. So yeah, go get yourself the debug plants because like, look at this like giant peperomia. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm obsessed. And yeah, I feel like as soon as I hit stop recording, I'm going to remember a butt ton of extra points that I was going to bring up. But I cannot remember a single one. Oh, no, yes, I can. I can remember one complaint that I have when I built the kitchen here. So this is an end piece. Oops, wrong button. And this is another end piece for the other end because the end pieces and the normal pieces are exactly the same width. But, oh, hang on. That's been changed. That has been changed since I did this. That might be the minor update that updated that, screwed me over. No, never mind. I'm just, wait, no. Yeah, end piece. Yeah, so for there's now ones for that, which is cool. But for the island benches, they're like exactly the same, except they just sort of continue the wood grain line a little bit better when you do the end and middle and then that. If you just did a couple of end pieces together, right. You line it up. Fern's losing the plot. If you just do a couple of normal bits together, I found that the repeating wood pattern on it annoyed me. It's a small detail, but it annoyed me. So I put like the, it's still not perfect when you put the end pieces on, but it looked better. So that's why I did that. My complaint with that is when you go ahead and put a sink in on the end pieces, both end pieces, the sinks will only face towards the overhang. So you see I've got the chairs that you can't put the chairs on the other side. This is the side with the overhang, as I can show you if I tilt the camera. Whereas on this one, you can do both sides, but for whatever reason on the end here, you cannot put them back. And before saying all this, Fern forgot to check that that wasn't the case for all of them. Okay, so it's the case of all of them? I have never come up against this before. That is really stupid. I disagree wholeheartedly with that. They should be facing the other way. So EA, if you happen to be watching my tiny channel, please fix that. Like, there's space for it. Like, it just needs to go the other way. And yeah, please and thank you. Right, on that awkward and mildly embarrassing ending, I'm going to leave this here for today. Let me know if you find any bugs or quirks with this pack, and let me know, share your builds and stuff. I'd love to see them. I love fairy homes. They're so pretty. This one will be up on the gallery fairly as soon as this video ends, and it's going to be called Fern's Fairy House because I'm original. It'll be up there now, so go check that out if you want to. Go completely gut it and re-renovate it and show me how it's done. And yeah, also in the comments below, drop your tips, your hints, this thing's totally broken, and share your gallery idea. I'd love to check out your builds as well. It's one of my favorite things to do is look at builds in the Sims, which is why I do this, to share some of my own and hopefully inspire others to share theirs. So yay. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!